Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 402. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinside.
Burning up over here, but we're doing this.
Really? And Tony Korkanakis.
Ugh, yeah. Sweat storm today.
Dude, it was nasty. I built a swing set in this over the weekend, and then I had to actually...
pictures.
Yeah, and then I had to actually get it anchored to the ground yesterday. That was the worst idea ever to do it yesterday. It was so,
I don't know why you did it.
It was 90 degrees. I went out there to
90. It's more like I think my car hit 100 yesterday.
I waited until 7 o'clock at night, and so it was about 90.
It's still 90.
Yeah, and then
it's crazy this weather.
It's insane. If anybody listening or watching this is in cooler places, I envy you. We envy you, I believe.
Happy 4th of July.
Oh, and happy 4th, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Have some hot heat.
Yeah,
it's like gross. It's not like dry heat either. It's
no,
sticky and nasty.
We got very lucky. I was worried tonight about thunderstorms coming through, but there's like this band that's just moving.
The wind was ridiculous.
Yeah. I was worried. I was like, oh crap. And then I looked at the radar and it's like, we're in the middle of this thing. And the band just circles around us. It was like, wow, okay, we got lucky. But it's supposed to break a little bit, at least on Friday. So stay cool until then. It's like too hot to even go into the pool. Like, I don't even want to go outside to go to a pool. I just want to sit in the air conditioning.
What I heard.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. Anyways, welcome to Moviecast, everybody. We have a special episode tonight. We are going to rank our top 5, as we mentioned before, 4th of July, patriotic movies. We're going to try to come...
I mean, it's like the American spirit, right?
American spirit, yes. I
it's going to be different for everyone.
Yeah, I think so. I think I have some great ones. I can't wait for the Gamecast one. When I realized what game I had forgotten about, it jumped to number 1 for me immediately, and I'm like excited to get to that at the Gamecast, because we're going to do this on the Gamecast. If you don't usually
listen,
coming
out soon?
No,
okay.
No, it's not. But that was number 1. That was number 1.
What is?
You'll hear.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Tease it a little bit. I'm just guessing here. I have no idea.
Yes. Which is, anyways. So we have a great podcast coming up. We have a little bit of news to get into. First, I want to talk the box office, and then, like I said, we'll go in and we'll list our top 5, and then we'll try to build a list for you all of the All You Can Geek top 5 American spirit movies. How about that? So it's exciting.
Patriotic.
I said patriotic. Corey changed it to American spirit.
Whatever.
I mean, my number 1's more of an American spirit type of thing.
Oh, okay. I went full on.
Fine.
My number 1 is very predictable, full on patriotic American movie that Juan had said was.
Come on, let's go.
Okay, sorry.
Let's do it. Talk about too much.
All right. Rotten Tomatoes box office. Sorry, not that I go to that site. I'm actually on a different one today. Let's see.
Go to Box Office Mojo. I don't know why you guys messing around with anything else.
Yeah. Jurassic World, number 1, did $60.9 million in its second week. $265 domestic right now. So
pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. It's actually over $1 billion worldwide, crossed $1 billion. So yeah, doing gangbusters again, just like the first.
Yep. Incredibles 2 had a pretty good hold. Only dipped 42%. Still did 46%.
Yeah, Incredibles 2 has now outgrossed its the first movie. It already outgrossed the first movie of its lifetime run.
Yeah.
So Incredibles 2 at $440 million. That's total. At $46 million this week. Sicario, Day of Soldado opened this week, and it did $19 million. That was number 3. Uncle Drew at 4, and Ocean's 8 at number 5.
I saw the first Sicario film. It's pretty good. Emily Blunt was in that.
I heard this new one is shit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got opening? Anything good coming up?
Come on, Jim.
Just a small Disney movie that we're been probably waiting for, wondering where the Ant Man's been. So Ant Man and Wasp is opening this week. So we'll have some interesting stuff for that coming up, I'm sure. Spoiler cast maybe. If you guys, Mike, are you seeing it this weekend?
I don't know.
I don't know. I figured you guys are going to go see it. I don't know if you guys are all going. I'll be away.
Well, he's got a wife now, so things change.
Maybe spoiler cast will be coming up. But let's get into
the news.
There will definitely be a spoiler cast. Just a matter of which week, because I'm away next week. So let's get into the movie news, which I don't have open. Sorry, everybody. Very underprepared beginning to this podcast.
So you guys think Ant Man could do over 100 million opening weekend?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. I'd bet it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You don't think so?
No, I think it can.
Absolutely. I mean, coming off of Avengers, you're gonna get like a little bit of that money too. So it's not even like, there's no way it goes under like $80 million. I cannot imagine, especially the hype that Avengers has given all these characters, and it's like, oh, here's another superhero movie from the same people. So plus, it's getting good reviews. People are liking it. Good buzz.
It's going to be tight though. Looking at this, they're looking at. I think they're looking at 95 right now. Nope, looks about 80 to 85 right now. So it could be.
Well, like I said, no way under 80. There's no way.
No way. It's right there.
We'll see. Anyways,
we already know projections are shit, Mike.
Mike, you've said this so many times.
The week out, it's different than like 2
People were
months
saying
ahead
up
of
until like a few days that Solo was gonna hit like $130 million. How'd that turn out?
Did they really that late in it say that?
Yeah. The opening weekend they were still talking about it. There's posts from Friday morning from Variety and stuff saying that it will open over 100 million, and that's because the Thursday night was fine. It's the Friday to Saturday that destroyed that movie.
Yep.
So, anyways, let's get into movie news real quick. I've got a couple items here to talk about. We're going to start with Jim Carrey voicing Dr. Robotnik in the live-action Sonic movie.
I'm assuming he's doing mocap too.
I'm sure he does that pretty well.
I don't know about that, because if this thing is live action, then.
Well, then is he actually going to be live action then?
Yeah,
I was kind of thinking of like a whole.
He's a human character. Everyone else has to be human if they're going to have humans.
Mike's got a good point there. He probably plays Dr. Robotnik himself. I mean, that's
I was thinking more
weird.
of like a Hulk situation here. He's going to be it's going to be more cartoony.
Yeah.
Less Lemony Snicket's thing or whatever. What's Count Olaf?
Count Olaf.
Less Count Olaf, more CGI, I think.
Yeah, I mean he's done CGI before with wasn't
He's
there
gonna be the
Christmas
Grinch.
Carol? Thank you, Christmas Carol.
Or he'll be the Grinch.
Oh yeah,
He was the Grinch.
He was the Grinch. Now there's a new one. So, yeah, interesting. All right, the next bit of news that came out this week or last week was Showtime announcing they're moving ahead with the Halo series. Finally, we're gonna get a Halo series on TV, not on Xbox TV, on TV.
Well, Showtime.
Well, Showtime, not Xbox TV though. It was remember the whole Xbox TV thing that got thrown out the window, and we're gonna get a Halo series. Now I know Tony, you don't care about Halo anymore. It's not a big deal for you, but it's fun. It's interesting to see the series get off the ground for like a video game series to have.
Is it?
I think so.
I mean, they've already had miniseries and
I feel like it's
web stuff, so
a little
it's not
late.
that.
Is it? I feel like they're with what they're planning to do with Halo Infinite. Making it more of a games as a service. This is assuming it's going to be a games as a service model. It's going to be sticking around, and with the show, you can do a lot of tie-ins and work around. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of do some promotions and stuff. They will work hand in hand. I think.
I mean, I highly doubt that.
Really, I don't know.
I mean, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But we've seen how.
Sign me up, guys. Come on, Microsoft. I'm
what
available.
was that game? Like Quantum Break? What was that game that was supposed to do something like that?
Quantum Break did do that in its game though. You had to
it wasn't anything outside. It was all within the game.
Yeah, you watched an entire episode and then you would go back to the game. There was another game though that came out on Sci-Fi called
Deliverance.
The game with the D. I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue too. It was an online MMO that was affected. What happened in the game affected the series on TV, slightly. That's gonna bother
terrible.
Me. Yes, it didn't work out well. I liked the beginning of the series, but it just didn't get interesting later on. So, but I don't know. Showtime has ordered a 10-episode season based on the video game. So, all right.
I mean, I think it's good for the series, but it's hard to care about Halo right now, like Tony was saying.
Yeah, no, I get you. I mean,
there's other things.
I'm
I
excited.
didn't even say that.
Well,
it was spoken for me, and I agreed.
Yes.
I just
clarifying, but
wanted to clarify.
I mean, we might have said it offline, but I definitely know that you've said like you can't care
less. I could care less.
Nope.
So, I like the shorts. Those were always really good. So
I like that anime thing that they did. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. And the last bit of news we have is the DC Universe streaming. that's got announced last week as well.
I saw a trailer for it, which was weird.
Did you?
I
A
was
trailer for a service?
It was like in front of a YouTube video.
Wow.
They're trying. I signed up for the beta, so
There you go.
I'll be doing that.
I mean, I saw a bunch of DC characters, so
Yeah. So what are we getting in this service? We're getting comics as well, right? This is going to
Some
be
comics,
Some
it's,
comics. They're going to have
comics, originals,
We're
obviously.
their library of movies. It seems we're going to get like Superman the movie, Batman, Tim Burton's Batman, and Batman Begins.
Schumacher.
A couple of the animated movies will be on there. And
I mean, on paper, it sounds good. Like,
Yeah.
if you get access to their comic collection online, that's a really good value.
yeah,
I mean, if they can throw everything into this DC universe, like make it actually like all the DC universe, like media, that actually sounds attractive. Instead of, well, here's Young Justice and Teen Titans in a couple movies. Like that does not sound enticing at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we were talking in the Discord chat yesterday about the new Batman comic hitting newsstands this week, and the controversy surrounding that.
Opening, so like some people are doing that tonight.
Yeah, exactly. But I think we just pretty much established the conversation that at least the thing we could all agree upon was that the release of a single issue of a comic book per month for 12 months is just a broken model. It's so outdated, and
I agree.
The industry needs to change.
I agree. I wasn't able to chime in that when you guys were talking about that, but I agree with you on the fact that it's a model that needs to be updated because having, like you said, once a month. It's not the story. I disagree with you made a point about never-ending stories. And I disagree with that to a point. Like I feel like we get that with a lot of things as it is, like Mike had said on there on Discord. But I do agree with the fact that their model of once a month and then end up after like 2 years rebooting the series. That's not a good idea. But it's like,
or it's why I catch it on like later on. I just wait till it's done or something.
Yeah.
For me, I like the shorter stuff, things that are self-contained a little bit more. That's I tried getting into The Walking Dead, made it to 100 issues, or made less than 100 issues, and I'm like done. I'm like they're just going in circles now. So
well, the thing about that is it's not even like comic booky like extensions. It's one story still. It's just
right. Well, that's what I mean. Like you got to break it up a little bit, and like Batman 52 was great. It was kind of a shorter run, and then they rebooted. But I like the entire thing of it. But they broke it up, whereas different aspects, different stories within that whole, run of Batman. So
I mean, I think of my favorite comic book story I read is the No Man's Land arc, which is now it's from around like 2000, and it was really long actually. I don't know how many real-time years, because again I read it as like a type
afterwards.
of well afterwards, at least 10 years after it came out. But it was sort of it's a contained story and something that happens, and it does stick, I think, towards the future for the most part.
Well, even like Darth Vader, it's only 25 issues. So, but I mean, you have to wait 2 years for him. But
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and so what else we have? This is also going to come with a new original series for it.
So
we're getting
Titans.
We're getting Titans.
Whatever.
And which is
Young Justice season 3.
Young Justice. Swamp Thing has a new live action series coming.
Yeah, I saw, and Harley Quinn I think has got
Harley Quinn's getting an animated series that's an adult animated series according to this.
Yeah, we'll see that.
I'll be right back.
Trying to get those fanboys on board with that false advertising.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, and then
that's exactly what they're. That's what they do, Mike. It's false advertising. Like the whole thing about this week's issue is it's false advertising. I mean, that's the comic industry.
No, I don't know about that. Like something's gonna happen there, but it's like false advertising for like this like adult issue. You get to see Harley Quinn naked. No, you're not. That's what they're trying to peddle, and that's not what's gonna happen.
How do you know that's what they're trying to peddle? Have they even said?
If they're saying that there's an adult Harley Quinn comic, like specially different than the rest, that's what they're trying to say. That's who they're trying to get with that.
What does it specifically say, Jim, about Harley Quinn?
It says this is set to be an adult animated comedy which will follow Harley after she breaks up with the Joker and sets out on her own. That's it.
Okay.
I mean, that to me sounds like rated R. It doesn't sound like...
It doesn't sound like there'll be anything like that. Yeah, it's just more of like a crude humor, I'm sure.
Adult humor, maybe adult humor.
Yes, there you go.
Hmm.
Adult humor. So yeah, we do get more Young Justice though. That's kind of huge for them. That's their big. I think that's their big series that a lot of people are looking forward to.
I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong, but enough to launch a subscription service? I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm interested in seeing how the Titans show is, and then they got this Doom Patrol thing. But I also like the fact that for me, you get a back catalog of all their classic stuff. So we get Batman the Animated Series, we get Lois and Clark. We get all those old
this
school...
is the first time we'll have like an HD version of Batman the Animated Series, I think.
Yeah, so I think that for me that's pretty cool to get. So, I'm looking forward to that amount of stuff. I don't know. There's no pricing announced yet, right?
Not yet.
So
people are saying like the sweet spot would be like $5 a month. They're not looking for this to be that expensive.
I have a feeling
it's pretty limited.
Be $7.99 or $8.99 a month.
Yeah, I don't see it going cheaper than $8.
Yeah.
I don't see me getting.
So we'll see.
Gotta get them trials.
Yeah, there'll be a trial. Don't worry.
Yeah, give you a
and
month.
then when you cancel, they'll give you 2 months for free or 5 months at half price.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the thing is, like, a lot of it's going to be like deals, and probably they won't be making money off it for a while. I mean, that's how they launch these services.
Yeah.
It's like
you gotta build a subscriber base.
Right, you got to build a subscriber base, and then it's like, oh look, in X many years when we finally turn, the break-even point, infinite money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
All right. And that's the end of the movie news. So let's get into our lists. This is our top five patriotic or American spirit movies, however you want to classify this, of all time, I guess. And we're going to basically run through each of our top fives and then kind of let's collaborate afterwards. So I shall go first. Now, this is the order I put them in. This is going to be... So here we go.
Oh, no. I think we should do it like... You say five, and then five.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
go
so
down that.
number 5 for me, Top Gun.
Ooh, okay. I had that, I think, a little higher. Let me see here.
All right. Mike, you're number 5?
I threw in the entire Rocky series.
Okay, that was on my
I would have
list.
done 4, but okay.
Yeah. Rocky 4 is the most patriotic
Mostly
one.
the one with the rainbow
Ivans.
trunks.
Okay.
I mean not rainbow,
The stars and
American
stripes,
flag.
the stripes,
trunks.
yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Corey, number 5?
Independence Day.
Oh, that's on my list
Ooh.
higher.
Mine was higher, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's just so obvious. I mean, it's like it's got to be on the list. But I was like,
I think
this
that
movie
makes our qualifier, anyways. But Tony, what was your number 5?
Actually, we'll go with Top Gun for number 5 because I'm looking at the other ones and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I like Top Gun. I appreciate it, but it's not as good as the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on my list, but I just cut it. I cut it out.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was borderline between Rocky and Top Gun for me at 5. So,
Yeah.
all right, number 4, Superman 2.
Ooh.
Makes sense. That's
Yep.
the most. I mean, he's got the flag, right?
Yep, got the
flying
yes,
with it.
yep. So that was number 4 for me. Mike.
I went with Die Hard 3.
Nice.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah, I like it's just all in New York City. There's the treasury they're going after. It hit quite a few patriotic notes for me.
I think it has Johnny Come Marching Home in that as well. So the song.
And of course, you gotta kill the foreign invaders.
Yes, that's what it was. So, Corey.
This is gonna be funny, but National Treasure.
I have the 2.
I have it on my
two
list.
for number 4. Yeah.
I have it higher.
Oh shit! Dang! Got the Nicolas Cage love, guys. I was like, oh man, I was a little embarrassed to actually put it out there.
No, I looked at that too. I was like, no, that's a great thing. Like, I mean, people rag on Nicolas Cage, but
yes, it's still a
I think it's
fun movie.
All about like American history. And,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, some of it's
stealing the Declaration of Independence. I mean,
yeah, some of it's very incorrect American history, but it does deal with it. But yeah, that was your 4s, right, Tony?
Yeah.
That was my number 3. So I just say that was my 3rd.
Oh wow.
Okay. So yeah, just kind of loop around. Mike, what was your number 3?
My number 3 was Forrest Gump.
Oh yeah, that's gone. Yep, it is.
Yeah, I was so close.
Well, it's American culture, right? Like the American culture.
Yeah, I mean,
that movie is all.
It's all about that, and he ends up like on all these historic things. He's in war.
Shaking JFK's hand.
He's all over the place. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Definitely.
Um,
This on my list, but not. It didn't make my 5.
Corey, what's your
Number
three?
3 is Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, that's a good one. I forgot all about that movie. Actually,
Never watched the majority.
Oh my
Oh, that
gosh,
movie.
I've seen that movie multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen it all, but I don't think I've ever seen it all in one
Once?
sitting.
Oh, I mean, I saw it in the theater, so obviously I saw it one sitting. But
Oh, okay.
it's one of those movies. It's just so raw, and you get to feel. Obviously, you don't feel what it's like, but it's the closest thing
Yeah.
you get to actually being there.
Yeah. All right, Tony, number 3.
Got to continue the Tom Cruise love. I'm going with A Few Good Men.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one.
That's just a great movie. Again, it has a military wrapping, but
Mm-hmm.
I think overall it does a really good job of portraying some political environment where it's like, well, what is right? Like it's kind of like you to decide, like and stuff like that. So
You still gonna stand on that wall?
Some very
hear.
memorable
weaker
quotes in that.
today, son. You
Yeah.
need me on that wall.
All right. My number 2 is kind of a joke, but it's mine. Hot Shots Part 2.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
I love watching that movie. Like it's so.
I remember
yeah.
you're loving that movie.
Yeah, I just love watching that movie, and it is. And I thought back, I'm like, that's actually a patriotic movie. I mean, it's all about like American. I mean, it's granted, it makes fun of it, but it's I do like really enjoy that movie. So, Mike, what's your number 2?
Mine was Captain America. Either
There
the
you
first one or Winter Soldier, or combine them. I don't know. The first one was more like old school patriotic,
Yeah.
and the second one was more about like
Yeah,
American
The
ideals.
world today, yeah.
Or, like,
Yeah.
No, I
being a
definitely.
patriot while like rebelling at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, that's
I
so.
totally agree.
Yeah, that's my number 2 as well.
Oh, good. Okay.
If I just had to pick one, it'd probably be Winter Soldier, but
Just
I could
'cause
easily
it's
just say
better.
the whole
I
series.
mean, it's
Right.
a better movie, but
Right.
as far as the patriotism of it and stuff,
Yeah.
I'd say it's more prevalent in the first one. But yeah, they definitely are different
Yeah.
times. They're
It's
dealing
more
with.
old
Yeah.
school.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they also
patriotism,
take
the first one,
place in
and
2 different eras.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the
it's
thing I
more
love about
nuanced in the second.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing I love about Winter Soldier and rewatching even today, like 2018, I remember when that movie came out, it was like what 2014?
Yeah.
Something like that. The premise of it, and spoiler, sorry if you haven't seen Winter Soldier yet and you're listening to our podcast, sorry. But the whole idea of like, oh, look, like Hydra has infiltrated America and S.H.I.E.L.D. specifically. And it's just like, wow, that's a crazy premise. Like they went, all these decades without, being outed and stuff like that. Then you look at the modern political climate and it's just like, it's kind of interesting how that can actually come to fruition and be true.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it's really crazy. And I just love the dynamic of this version of Steve Rogers, where he's like, it's pretty black and white in the first Captain America, and this is like, well, what's right and what's wrong. He goes through that whole character arc and stuff like that. So,
All right, Corey, what was your number 2?
My number 2 is Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, that was a good one too. Wow, yeah, you went war movies, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I have like all these other movies on my lists here, but like I said, I came up with 10 of them. I'm like, how am I gonna like narrow them down? And I figured these are the ones that like stick out to me like the most when I think of like American like history and stuff like that. And Hacksaw Ridge, like just like this guy, like what he did, and like actually like hearing the interviews afterwards and stuff like that. It's an amazing story, and it's a fantastic film. I really enjoyed it as well. So because of those 2 things, it's my number 2.
All right, my number 1 movie is ID4.
There you go.
Yeah.
that's just Independence Day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure because I'm like, wait.
I'm assuming
that
that's
was-
your number 1 as
Yep.
well.
No, it was my number 1 as well.
Yeah, I just went with the classic. I mean, all I think back to whenever I watch that movie is, Corey, you talking about Juan, who was saying like that movie was, talking about how overly patriotic that movie was for America.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't even realize it when I was watching. I'm like, wow, it really is like pro-America.
It totally is. I'm sorry. Do any of you guys have this as your number 1? Otherwise,
It's also mine too.
Oh, right. Okay. Nice.
All right.
I have a different number 1.
All right, that's fine. But the thing I just wanted to say about it was like I still kind of remember actually going to see that because my best friend, his mom took us to see that. And I just remember there being a line to go see this movie,
Yeah.
and it was July 4th, and it was like huge, and I think it was probably my first like silver screen for Will Smith, like introduction to Will Smith as like an actor.
Like
I
argue
think
that's
that's one of his first movies.
Yeah,
Was it?
one of his first,
Okay.
and maybe
First
his
big ones. I
best.
think it was after Bad Boys.
It was after Bad Boys, but Bad Boys was an R-rated film that like did okay, but it wasn't like Independence Day big.
Yeah, Independence Day
was,
did a lot.
A
Yeah.
monster back then.
That was in
Yeah,
theaters
but,
for so long back then. Too.
Yeah, it was really good. Had good action, good premise, that kind of thing. But the thing that like really elevated, I think, is like that infamous speech they used for like the even like the trailer for the second one and stuff like that. And yeah,
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman, yes.
You could say it's like overly patriotic.
Giving that
stuff like
speech,
that,
that speech at the end, yeah.
Right, there's nothing
We will
wrong
not
with it.
go silently into the night.
Yep. The world's Independence Day.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it was good. Yeah, it was a great movie. So Corey, what was your number one then?
And this is where it comes with like the spirit of America and like just the feeling of like what it was and like America's pastime, and that's The Sandlot. The Sandlot to me is
that's a great movie.
I can see that. Yep.
my number one.
Great movie.
Just like captures America's youth.
How did I not think about that movie? I mean, you have to think about it a little differently, but yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is that's like, that's why I was like, it's not like patriotic so much, but more just like what America was all about and like being a kid and that time. And
I could say that you could make that argument that, like that, right? It's like the American spirit, and that is being patriotic, like you living the American spirit, the American dream.
Yep. All right. That's all of our list now. So essentially, let me make sure. I don't think I'm missing a movie. I wrote them down. I think. I'd like to compile these into a top 5. So let's just
definitely
grab.
Sounds like Independence Day is number one.
Well, let's just go with ID4 on. Let's go ID4 on the list. ID4 on the list without a doubt. Right? I don't think anybody's gonna trump that in the top 5.
No.
And National Treasure was a 3-peat as well.
Is anybody problem with top 5? Well, let's see what else. Let's put National Treasure on there. And then Mike, we can take arguments.
I never watched it.
Oh wow!
So.
It's a
Really
fun movie, man.
Fantastic.
It's fun. It's fun.
I will not
Don't
say.
take it seriously, but
I
it's
did
fun.
not say great. I said
I don't
fun.
say,
I'd say, I'd argue that is fantastic.
Depending on what you want, I can agree with that. Because like I remember reading that movie and just kind of like, I think my family mentioned it, and I was like, all right, I'll red box this or whatever I did for them. And I was like, I'll watch it with him because like it's rare that my family wants to watch a movie. And I was like, wow, this is actually enjoyable.
So I'm thinking like, we've got Sandlot, Superman 2, Top Gun, Forrest Gump, Rocky, Saving Private Ryan, A Few Good Men, Captain America, and Hacksaw Ridge. Did I miss anything else? Oh, Die Hard and Die Hard 3. Out of those, do we want to add Captain America to this in this top 5? Should we add Captain America? That's a.
Captain America was on the brink.
I would think so.
Does anybody?
It was a 2-peater. So
the thing is like I would be okay putting down 6 for now, and then cutting one just to say that's not the list. So let's do Captain America here loosely, and then.
So what do we have? Let's just say let's just put it out there as for now, we can always change the numbers, but Independence Day, National Treasure, Captain America, those are definitely on the list because those all
repeated.
I think they're all good. I didn't put it on my
crossover.
Captain America on my list, but I would completely accept it to be in our top 5.
Me too. It was right there. It's like that, or do I can't bump Independence Day. So I was like,
Jim, you had Top Gun. Did
I
anybody
had
else
Top Gun as well. I think Top Gun should be on this list. I really do.
I agree with you. It's on my honorable mention, so I have no problem with putting it there.
It's terrible to snub. The thing is like I don't see Private Ryan, A Few Good Men, Hacksaw Ridge, which are all great movies, making this top 5 because.
That's fine. Top 5 is like. It's tough.
It's
a compiled top 5.
For those yelling at their screens or for eliminating those 3 compared to National Treasure, it's a.
We're not trying to win an Oscar, Jim. We're just trying to have fun right now.
But I had to put the stipulation in there.
Your watchability rating too.
Yeah,
National Treasure is a watchable movie. And that Saving Private Ryan's like,
you can't sit down and watch that. It's like emotional. Same thing with Hacksaw Ridge.
Absolutely.
I have that movie. I've only ever seen it once, but I own it because it was a great movie. Okay, that's 4. We have ID4, Top Gun. Well, ID4, Top Gun, National Treasure, Captain America. So our options now: Forrest Gump, Rocky, Sandlot, Die Hard, Superman 2, Saving Private Ryan, A Few Good Men, and Hacksaw. What
I could see out of those. It didn't make my list, but out of those, I could see Saving Private Ryan being like.
I could see Rocky though too.
I could see Rocky too. I could see it. Kind of just dropped
Rocky
my
4,
list.
guys.
Yeah, Rocky. I mean, Rocky 4.
Rocky
Yeah, I can see Rocky 4.
I know what you're saying.
Say that, yeah. I can see Rocky 4.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely an honorable mention for me as well. I mean, my other honorable mention was Team America, but you know.
I thought about it too. I
Forgot
honestly
about that.
thought about it.
Okay, so we're
Team America.
gonna make sure it says Rocky 4 here, and we're gonna put Saving Private Ryan here. So here's our top 6, in no order yet.
Yeah.
ID4, Top Gun, National Treasure, Captain America, Rocky 4, and Saving Private Ryan. I think that's a good 6. That eliminates.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
I'm a
eliminating
little
Die Hard.
upset Sandlot, but I mean, I understand.
Yeah, Die Hard
Okay.
off.
I
Sandlot's
could see
off.
Sandlot too. That's the thing. Is like
I could see Sandlot as well, but then you're putting 7 on this list here. I mean,
Yeah.
can we get it down to 7? I mean, that's still pretty good.
The question is, like, to me, if you want to go the war movie route, like, I think Saving Private Ryan is definitive.
Well, do we have like a serious here again? Do we want like a serious war movie on this list compared to like some of these other fun movies that we have?
Well, I don't know. I
I'd
mean,
say-
what's more patriotic? Although at the same time, you could say you see that and you don't feel great about America after watching it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But I don't know.
Mm.
It's.
But I mean, it's like Saving Private Ryan is about like what we do for each other, and it's the brotherhood of the country, you know, coming together for somebody. And
yeah, and that was
That
definitely a
kind of thing
monumental
represents-
moment for American history for sure.
Yeah.
But in Sandlot's argument, it did occur on the 4th of July. I mean, there was the fireworks events. There was a cookout going on. It is America's pastime.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sandlot's up there.
I mean, if we're weighting them as far as where we put them, like, obviously. it was
Are we
my number.
are we good with these 4 in the top 5 without a doubt? ID4,
Yes.
Top Gun,
Yes.
National Treasure, and Captain America. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
We're
yes.
good with
fine
that.
with me.
So then we're on these last 3. Who makes that 5th spot? Rocky 4, Saving Private Ryan, or Sandlot? That's the hard one right now.
I mean, my vote is Sandlot. That means my number 1.
I could see Sandlot.
I-
I could see any of those 3, but like it's really up to you guys.
I'm
Like,
okay with Sandlot as well, just from watchability.
That's fine. I never really watched it.
Mike, man, you gotta watch some of these movies, dude. So we're good with
I'm gonna
that.
be like this on the games side, though, guys. So
Yeah, we're gonna make this on the list at number 5, Sandlot. That
All right.
locked in number 5, I think.
locked in.
Yeah.
But really,
Yeah.
any of the movies we mentioned are all.
So the consensus, all you can geek, top 5 patriotic 4th of July Independence Day movies. Run them down, Jim.
Well, I don't have an order yet for these. I mean, do you want to list
I felt like that was a good order.
ID4, Top Gun, National Treasure, Captain America, Sandlot? I mean, is that what we want?
Is Top Gun really number 2?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would.
No, I
argue-
put Captain America over top though.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would move Top Gun down to 4. I would say that should be at a 4 on this
Yeah.
Well,
list.
then swap those two then.
Top
Yeah.
Gun and put Cap at 2. National Treasure, I'm fine with at 3. All right, so here's our list. This came together pretty quickly, actually. I'm shocked. I really am. Maybe the gaming thing will be a little more controversial, but so here's our top 5. Sandlot at number 5. Top Gun at number 4. National Treasure at number 3. Captain America, we're going to signify the first one at
It
number 2.
doesn't really matter.
Just
Gotta get a
Captain
World
America,
War
that's
II movie
Yeah.
in there, I guess.
Yeah, and ID4 at number 1. So,
Good.
All right.
yeah,
Definitive.
definitive
Think
list. right there.
otherwise, you're wrong.
Locked in, guys. We'll have to revisit this next year.
Yeah,
Wow.
I feel good about that list.
Yeah, that came together pretty easily. Well, we had a lot of duplicates, surprisingly. I think
Yeah.
the
Yeah, the
gaming
crossover
thing,
was. I mean, well, we got like 3 crossovers, so that
Yeah.
was easy to throw in there.
yeah, we
and
knew this
then-
would be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like we all had
I mean,
Captain America right on the brink.
Yeah,
It's like,
I was Captain
I
America
was
on
like,
my list, and and then I mean, like Rocky was a tough one to snub. Saving Private Ryan's tough, but ultimately, I think Sandlot is such a fun movie to watch that I think that's why for me. But
Yeah. It depends on what you're looking for. If you're just looking to like feel good and just whatever, absolutely. Sandlot. If you're trying to think about like American spirit in terms of like one of the darkest times in our history,
and,
and what people had to do,
Yeah.
like Saving
Yeah.
Private Ryan's.
and like you even like
Great.
we even didn't even say anything about Forrest Gump, but Forrest Gump just
Forrest Gump is
American
amazing
culture.
too. Yeah,
Yeah, like just as like what our history and like
Yeah.
the good things and even bad things.
Yeah,
You know, like,
yeah, and with veterans, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, there's your top 5 patriotic movies from All You Can Geek, our top 5 consensus list. So, thanks for tuning in. Write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net and let us know.
Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think.
Are we wrong?
Now, what would you put in there? What did we forget? What did we not even
There
mention?
may have been a movie we completely forgot.
Red Dawn. Who knows?
Yeah,
I mean, that was a great one.
I was thinking Iron Eagle.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
I looked at
another
another
classic.
list that we missed. Air Force One.
I thought about that.
That was on my list.
I had
that
it.
made number
I had
number
it.
8. That was number 8 for me. It would have been up there, but it was like
I would have had it on there if, again, I watched all of it. I watched part
Get
of it.
off my plane. All right. So that's going to wrap up the 402 of the Moviecast. Thanks for tuning in. Write us, like I said, at podcast@allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, All You Can Geek. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please also, we are still taking donations on Extra Life for Children's Miracle Network. So you can go to our Extra Life page and donate. Thanks for tuning in, and see you on the Gamecast. Check that out. It's going to be good.
Enjoy the holiday.
Yeah. And happy 4th.